Welcome to the upper frequency line. This is a recording of a live connection session with Eva and Therese. Please give yourself time to sit undisturbed during the connection. Sit comfortably with closed eyes or looking softly into the distance. Today is what? It's 8th. So let's see what the situation is today. It's a bit interesting. I can't actually find the timeline, the frequency line.
Has it just turned into reality?
I don't know. It's I can't actually connect to the picture of it or the. It's more like everywhere.
Yeah.
Instead of like, a level or a line or. It might be that it's like all around us or we're in each other or. Let's follow the steps from like before and we'll see what happened. So starting on the 31st, there's the split, and then the first, a big step up, second, smaller step, third, big step up, fourth, bit of a different kind of step, fifth, big step up, sixth, that's like a widening, seventh, yeah, that's the wee. It just goes, spreads. So that was the one yesterday with the 3 to the power of 3 kind of thing. 8th. Yeah, it just feels like a huge big cloud. Whitish cloud. And there are particles in the cloud, like tiny glittering particles.
Yeah.
Kind of like tiny metal flakes.
Yeah, feel shaded.
So according to the original drawing, we would now be on that plateau that runs along the whole of September until the 30th, where we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So are we up in the clouds if we're on the plateau?
For me, it feels more like heaven on earth, like that. I don't feel. I can feel. To me, it doesn't feel like I'm up in the sky. It feels like I'm. It's high, but it's still on the earth.
Yeah, but you can be, on a high plateau, like a mountain plateau, and be in the clouds.
Yeah, you're still connected to earth and ground.
But,
Yep.
all around you is clouds
Yeah.
because of the altitude.
Yeah.
It is interestingly sort of muffled
Yeah.
as well, like being in the clouds.
Yeah.
And kind of isolated. Like I can't sense others.
How many are here?
But that's kind of just like if you're in a dense fog or, up in
Yeah.
the clouds, everything gets muted and even though, other people might be not far off at all, but you can't see them because of the clouds in the way. I mean, they might be 10 meters away and you can't see them.
Yeah.
So what's the sense of this?
There's a sense to me of what came up just then for me is that even though you trusting the knowing that they are there, even if you can't see them, that you still have your support around you. There's still support around you, or something like that. Because I can't see them, but I can still feel the support.
Yeah. I don't feel alone, even though I can't see anyone. But
No.
I mean, we didn't necessarily see anyone before
No.
the other days either. But I find there's a sense of peace, rest, like good time to
Yeah.
take a nap or just
Yeah. Yeah.
be still and rest.
Chill.
Because there's nothing to do. Just be.
Yeah. Should we check in on the people? See how many.
And so like this sense of being alone, it's like there's nothing to interact with.
Yeah.
Nothing and nobody to interact with, which kind
Yeah.
of puts you into a resting mode. Sorry, what were you saying?
We will check in on how many percentage that's up here.
All right. 19%. So it's gone up. And when I say that, I can actually feel them at this
Yeah.
same level.
Yeah.
but kind of on the other side of this cloud.
Yeah.
So maybe like everyone's got their own personal cloud.
Yeah. Floating around in our own little clouds.
It's still that very strong feeling of stability. As well. Okay, shall we have a look at the two lines? Like, how do we feel the relationship between the two lines, or the non-relationship, if we consider that we're in the jungle on two different paths? You can't see the other path, and that is actually the feeling. So up until including the 7, we could clearly feel the bottom path, and people were migrating up to the upper path, and we could interact with that. But yeah, now it's more like being on a ship on the ocean, heading in, towards the shore on the other side. Bit like Columbus. Not, believing that there is another side when everyone else is saying that there's there's an end and you'll fall off. And the sea is completely calm. Although it feels like we're moving forward, actually, like, but at a slow pace, kind of like, very little wind, but still moving, compared to, the really big stuff that's been happening for the past, 7-8 days.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's see if we can invite anyone or any more water, for instance, to this upper line. It's probably actually when I look at the globe map that we had before, it's it actually looks like all of the oceans are empty. It's dark where the oceans should be. Like, you can only see the bottom of the sea. So maybe all the water has joined us, and that's why we're in the cloud. Because clouds are water. Let's see. How many percent of the world's water has joined us, or the seas of the world has joined us? 95%. Okay.
Is the other 5% in the humans?
And maybe in, like, on land somewhere, not the ocean.
Yeah, in plants and.
Yeah.
That
Okay, so
feels so good.
yeah, so if we just sit with the water for a bit. The water feels very reassuring, probably a word for that.
Comforting for me.
Comforting, yeah, reassuring. It's like floating in water. It's like
Yeah.
being held, embraced. But it's more a feeling of floating in air, except that it's water. Suspended in water, maybe. And the water is grateful. There's a lot of gratitude. There's a strong sense of all is as it should be.
Mm.
Very calm and still. Just a gentle moving forward, floating forward. Let's see what's happening with our shield. Oh, the shield has become very big, like far wide around. And the armor appears to have moved to the front line, beyond the padding.
Feels so good inside this,
Hmm.
with this shield around. It feels so freeing inside it, and comforting and loving, and
Yeah.
I can hear the noises of the outside world, but it doesn't affect me.
Yeah. I also have the feeling of that I can be myself.
Mm.
I don't have to pretend. I don't have to guard, um, like against others in terms of perception, their perception of me. I could sit here forever, it feels like.
Hmm.
It's very soothing and
Thank you.
thank you.
Bye.